It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Arizona Cardinals. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
On a spot of land that was once desert, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go in Glendale. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, man, he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They'll run it here. It's James Conner. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That stop coming from Henry To'o. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. It's Conner again. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Murray to throw here on 3rd. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, the field opened up, and he simply takes off. Even in today's NFL, where dual-threat quarterbacks are everywhere, it's not often a guy can rip off a run like that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Bails out of... And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown. An early reminder that while you're trying to account for all the options they've got on offense, Brock, you also got to be wary of how well he can run the football, too.
You know, one of the questions that I love that you ask in our production meetings to these D coordinators is, anything keeping you up this week? Anything this offense does in particular that's going to be really bothersome? And it's just this. Time and again, right? A quarterback that can run is such a weapon.
Matt Prater for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Prater on to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL. And it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy's just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. The first carry here for the rookie from the U. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Stroud. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Brought in inside the 20. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans finish off their opening drive. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a designed route to him, a check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. DJ Dallas now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And while they've worried about his arm a little bit early, he's been happy to get some yards on the ground, looking like an effective dual threat thus far. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
First and 10, Murray. Short pass brought in. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 now. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down, and they go right back to him. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Right back to Connor. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Connor trying the right side. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. About to begin the second here. The Cardinals definitely thinking points. On 2nd down, a run with Connor. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
They're now set for 1st and 10. A give right side to Connor. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Connor on the inside give. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. He brings it in. And this one doesn't go far.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
McManus sends it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now Prater on to send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Well, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He finds Diggs right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finding Collins. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Sean Murphy-Bunting ranging over for that stop. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Pierce. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Stroud off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Handoff here to Davis. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know, Kate, these are not the plays that are like bold in the stat sheet when you look back on it. But these are the kind of gains by the running back that keep the offense on schedule and move the chains.
Here's Stroud now. Schultz with the catch. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Sean Murphy-Bunting ranging over for that stop.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Texans driving ahead. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Davis there to grab it. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, Stroud. Rolling left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Dallas with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Cardinals and running back James Conner headed back to the field. And they'll have an even 40 seconds available to them, so expect to see at least a few plays here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Hits him on the in route. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 31. Forced. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Houston calls its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Texans bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
On first and 10, it's Murray. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 48. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And he makes the house call. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
Cardinals 10.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Cardinals take over first and 10.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And have him gain up about a handful there. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. We've come to halftime, the Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewitt.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Now Prater on to send it away. Returnable from the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Texans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. That pass caught by Tate Dell. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. On play action, here's Stroud. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Cardinals football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Murray looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's touched down behind the line as this one goes the wrong way.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Murray setting up to throw. Into the hands of Michael Wilson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they need to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Tossing this out to Connor. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
So on 4th down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. 1st down, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now it's Stroud. The screen pass falls incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. On the ground, it's Davis. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Here's Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's knocked loose. And that goes out through the end zone. So a costly turnover, a would-be touchdown. Gonna be a touchback instead. Ball coming out to the 20.
I mean, you want to talk about a heartbreaker. That is 6 points the offense just watched bounce out of the end zone. But I'll tell you this, Kate, that's also deflating for the guys defensively. They're ready to come on the field with some juice, some momentum, and unfortunately that ball bouncing out of the end zone not only cost him points, it cost him some energy on the field.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Hauled in left side. And this isn't resolved quite yet as he goes out. We've got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They'll run here following the penalty. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him 4 on the play. Doesn't help a ton because they're still left with 3rd and 15. Murray to throw. That's complete. Here's Connor. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
The Cardinals out for the punt. Got 46 on his first punt, and this one's pushing a little more distance. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Out now come the Texans on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here's 2nd and 5. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Stroud now on 3rd. He's on the move. And he's hit and dropped. So that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter with him picking himself up after that sack. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Their punter making his way out now. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Play action now, Murray. Searching for somewhere to throw well behind the line. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they have 3rd and short.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punt team on the field. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Texans football. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Cut by Diggs. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Running left is Davis. Jukes out a 1-stop. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun handoff to Pierce. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, half the hay is in the barn when you get 5 on 1st down. And now they're in such a good spot where you can attack those other 5 yards in any way you want.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Stroud. Finding Collins. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
Back to throw, Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Davis takes it straight ahead. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
They'll go again with Davis. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Going right back to Davis. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Third down, 1 yard to go. Davis up the middle. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On the handoff, here's Davis. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Dortch now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So it'll be 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. This will be cut by Connor. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Hurry up offense now as time runs down. To throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise. Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Taking a final shot at the end zone. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots to the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So the Texans come away with a road win. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Glendale.